for a memorable evening tonight. Martin Middlebrook, the gentleman standing here, at this point are ready to go. I would disagree with him. I think he is a preeminent, perhaps the preeminent authority alive today on the Battle of the Somme. His first day on the Somme, to use his title, is a book that anybody interested in the Great War and the titanic struggle that took place between July and December 1916 simply must read. It's one of the embarrassments that he's to take orders for it. The book is still in print more than 40 years after its first publication. Incredible accomplishment. But I'll leave it to Martin to talk about that. He's going to tell us how the battle came to be. And I think that's very important. His talk, I don't know exactly what I gather he's going to early on Newfoundland, the first weeks and months of the war. What we often forget here at Newfoundland is a great war, the 1914-18 war. Leaving aside Gallipoli, which was a sideshow, thousands of men died, it was a sideshow, and forgetting the Russian front and all the Great War for the British Army essentially was from the English Channel down to Albert, Amiens, the Somme. That's about 100 clicks. It's about 60 miles. The difference between here, and say, British around the bay. That all the battles you hear about, millions of men died on both sides. They fought in that small, narrow thing. The Battle of the Somme was 18 miles before that. 18 miles, give or take, from north to south. Picture well Martin into this story. I'm going to say simply very few words about what the Somme means to Newfoundlanders. You're all going to say, oh, Beaumont Hamel on July the 1st. Right in this. But that's about all most of us do know. What really happened, what did happen there that day, and why, and what did it mean? Well, I haven't seen Martin's slides. I wrote these notes. Many of us believe that July the 1st of the day, the Newfoundland Regiment stood up in the trenches, shouted out to the Kaiser that we're coming to get you, Bill, and then took on the entire German army. We all know what happened. 801 men went over the top. 720 of them, 90%, became casualties. Nearly 300 lost their lives. And those numbers are accurate. What we often forget is that ours, to use the term by which they were known at the time, we were not alone. We were part of the British Army. We were the only North American unit to fight on the Somme that day. And to this day, the Royal Newfoundland Regiment carry on their colors. A battle honor marked Albert, Beaumont Hamel, both the only unit in the world to carry that battle honor. First Newfoundland were one of 150 battalions that morning, 120,000 men. More than 20,000 British soldiers, 300 of them ours, died that morning on the Somme. More than 30,000 others were wounded, 50,000 men. No unit suffered greater losses than did the Newfoundlanders, but many were hit nearly as hard. Martin Middlebrook knows the Somme story extraordinarily well. He tells it well in this book. He tells it from an entirely new perspective. He calls it from the bottom up. He doesn't write about generals and grand strategy, but rather about the men who fought and those who died. And I believe every one of you will be enthralled by his tale tonight. So if you haven't read the book, buy it, and then read it. The Somme was one of the great contests of the First War. Everyone here tonight, no matter how much we've read about the Somme and Newfoundlanders, will know more about the 1st of July when we leave than we did when we came.